If anyone's there, I will be there momentarily. I'm just posting this to Facebook and all our other platforms. That didn't work like I wanted it to. Hold on. There we go. Now just Patreon. As soon as I post the stuff, I will be back there with you guys. All right. Here we are. Yep, I think you're the first one here. Okay, good. The chat's working. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Cool. Okay, good. I think everything's working on this end. How are you guys? Trying to back this thing up a little bit. Loud and clear. Oh, things are going pretty good on this end. Vinny is out with one of the kids. And so I was like, I think I'm going to go hang out with everyone on a live stream. Did you work today, the tattooed vapor? Glenn 78, that's right. We unite. I'm doing pretty good today. I got, we recorded a couple of videos and then I went for my walk, which is good. I'm trying to get like a bunch of walks in before I have this baby. So hopefully it'll help. Hey, Victor, did you get my message? The pregnancy's coming along pretty good. I'm still feeling sick some of the time and tired and stuff like that, but Jacob, what's up? It's going well. I just get sometimes I get like anxiety when I start thinking about delivery because it's scary. You're in the office half days. Is that good? Do you like being in the office or? Yeah, it was wicked hot today. What's your name? Stiff Ironic? I don't know. Whenever I do the names, I always butcher them. That's why I always have Vin do it. Yeah, Victor, I messaged you because you had paid to be in the next Rockathon, but it's like it has not been happening. And so I just wanted to know what you wanted to do, if you wanted us to refund that money to you or if you want to keep waiting or whatever. But yeah, it took me forever to find which forum it was that we were talking on. I was like searching everywhere for you, but I did end up finding you. I think I messaged you on Patreon. Oh my gosh, Hector, really? I sound like your aunt? How old is your aunt and how old are you? What's that? DiGiorno? Oh, DiGiorno. I was thinking it was like some... Hold on, Vin's not here. Yeah, right, Ben. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's been wicked hot around here, but we've got a couple of ACs, and so it kind of keeps things going. Thank you, Zombie Holic. Sebastian, what's up? It was wicked hot, and so we took the kids down to the water, but the water is not the best place to swim, but it works. Taffer, how's it going? Yeah, sounds good, Victor. I have actually a couple of ideas that I could throw out to you also. So yeah, I feel like it's hot everywhere. Scott, I'm doing good. I've been praying for your mom. You miss the winter? Okay, I can't throw in with you on that. I don't miss the winter. I never do. I actually hate winter. You know what it is? I think that winter is beautiful, but it's super depressing for me. Alan, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on for because Vinny's not here. Perhaps he'll come in, toward the end of my stream. I don't think I'll be going for 2 hours just because after I sit in this chair for like the first 30 minutes for the first 30-minute review, and then by the time we get the second one done, I'm in pretty uncomfortable. So, I think I probably won't be on for more than an hour, but who knows? Vinny could come in and he could be on with you guys for 6 hours after that. I really don't know what he's going to do. Oh, you're in Australia. It's winter in Australia right now? Yeah, I know. Matt edits stuff. Hey, are you the Matt that made that intro for me? Is that the Matt that you are? But yeah, I'm with you. I'd love to be in Cali. Stab cats, what's up? If I didn't have to drive in the snow, I wouldn't mind winter as much. See, I don't mind driving in it. You just take it easy. It's not really that bad, but it's just, especially in Maine, the winter is so long. It takes up the majority of the year. So, and one thing that kind of sucks right now is because I'm pregnant, I'm obviously anxious for the baby to come, but the baby's not coming until like mid-November. So I'm like, I'm kind of like looking forward to the time when the baby will be here, but then I'm kind of like wishing away my summer, if that makes sense. Oh, stabbed cats. Congratulations to your sister. That's cool. How was her delivery? Was it good? Was it easier because it was a third? Give me good answers. Ben Webb. I'm sure that there are some things in Vin's life that he has had to absolutely be on time for. And if he absolutely has to, he does. Well, yeah, I know. Zoomy, COVID took away everybody's summer. That's for sure. I'm still trying to do stuff with the kids. Like we took the kids to the water today, but we had to wait until like 5:00 before the kids would, there's one of the kids now, 5:00 before the kids would, before bringing them, because when we get down there, if there's a bunch of people, or if there's any people, we don't stay. So, she said she did okay, stab cats. Okay, that's good. Okay, so Eric, hi, Sori. Did you all start this YouTube channel just for the fun of it, or was it meant to be the successful from the start? Always interesting hearing YouTubers get their start. Yeah, it was weird because, so we've told the story. Some people are probably like, not the story again. Basically what happened was Vinny, the computer was in our bedroom and Vin was watching stuff on the computer. And I was like, what is that? Because I could hear like music, but then I could hear people talking. And so he laughed and he's like, well, come over here and look at this. So I'm watching, I'm like, what is happening? He was watching Lost in Vegas and he was watching one of their reactions. And he was like, basically, he's like, they play a song and they listen to it and they just react to it. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And then he showed me like how many subscribers they had or something. I can't remember. He was like showing me different stuff. I was laughing because I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe people would watch this. And then he was like, I went back to what I was doing, and he was like, want to listen to a song with me? And I was like, sure. So then we sat down and we did Slipknot Sick, and we recorded it. We had the worst camera. It was like really, really terrible. What's up, Marcos? But yeah, we did that first one, and then we posted it on Facebook and on YouTube. And it was the weirdest thing because like we started getting subscribers, and I was like, how are people finding this? Of course, I didn't understand then that like if you're into Slipknot, you're always looking for different reactions and seeing. And now I've come to the point where like I've told this before. I was showing the girls a song that I used to listen to when I was a teenager that was like really impactful for me. It was a DC Talk song, Jesus Freak. And Selah, she's my 11-year-old. She was like, ugh, she thought it was so boring. And Zoe really liked it. And it was exciting for me to show it to them, to see their reactions. And it was exciting to see Zoe really like it and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is why people like reaction channels, because you love a song. The song is impactful to you. It's been something that you've, that's been a part of your life or got you through a hard time or continues to get you through hard times. And you're able to see like what other people have to say about it and if people like it or not. So that was pretty cool. So then after that, we just like started, kind of like casually shooting videos, and like people the requests were pouring in for us to do more songs. And then, that's when I told Vinny, I'm like, well, why don't we just do 2 shows a day? Like we could do like one in the daytime that's like a big one, and then in the evening we could do a band that's not as big. And then Vin has always been the type of person that kind of like draws people in. So I wasn't surprised by how quickly the channel grew. He was more surprised by that. I just thought it was weird that anybody found our videos, but I knew if people found us that people would enjoy hearing the dialogue and stuff like that. And that's exactly what happened. People liked it. People started subscribing all over the place. And we hit over 100,000 subscribers, and it went super, super fast. Taffer, I'm not sure about Dragon Force. Ben Webb. Well, I think that DC Talk was, yeah, they probably sucked, I guess you could say. But my family was so super strict. We didn't have any music growing up, except for like my mom would put on like these little kids tapes, but that's different. And then after that, we were allowed to listen to some Christian music once I passed like 12 years old. But it was, DC Talk was like on the edge because they were faster, they were a little harder, they were more than the other bands were doing, and it was something that was still like approved by my parents. So I think that if I had full access to all the types of metal that was out there or the other types of music, then probably DC Talk wouldn't have been so exciting. You're completely wrong, Ben Webb. And don't get too brave, because just because Vin won't block you, I'm here now and Vin is not. Let's see. Oh, who's the little guy standing behind me? This is Ghosty. It's made by Black Lord. Oops. And there's Vinny now. Hold on. Yep. The soup. Yeah, at Black Lord, Papa, I don't know, part of it is kind of like got wet, but they make these little guys and they're posable. He's so adorable. And he's been in our studio for a while now. And because we have so many kids, like I think he gets moved around a lot and stuff, but he is like, he's a staple. He's so cute. And they make all kinds of different ones. I told Vin, I'm like, when we move, I want to get a little mini Vin and a mini Sori. I think it'd be so cute. But that's who he is. He just hangs out there. He looks like the guy from Ghost. Now he's probably not going to sit up back up there. Let's see. Where are we? The best Christian band is probably either Ben, how do I keep reading your message? I don't even know what either one of those bands are. Striper. We actually have a Striper song coming up. Amy Amy Lee, just wait. Anytime we get something good, something legit that we can make slide, we're gonna do it. Scratch those fingertips. Let's see. Oh, you got your first Iron Maiden cassette at the age of 8 years old. Cassette tapes, man. Oh my gosh, Larry. I loved Carmen. I was very much, I think that I was probably a little bit in love with Carmen. That was like, again, when we were teenagers, my parents were kind of like trying to, I think, let us have a little bit of music in our lives. And so they introduced us to some Carmen, but even the Carmen stuff was limited with my parents, because I don't know if you remember, he would bring like, I don't remember what song it was. It was the Riot was one of his big things. And he had on that one, there was like these blonde girls and stuff that were like dancing with him. And dancing was like, that was out of the question. Like even line dancing or just like square dancing was out of the question. So him dancing all up there with those girls. But we did get to go to a Carmen concert. I thought that was pretty crazy. There was some stuff I really actually liked of his too. Not just because I think I had a little mini crush on him, but because he had, there was one that was called like A Witch's Invitation, which I've talked about before, where he like gets invited to this witch's place and like he goes and like the conversation. I just thought it was so impactful and it was like powerful, and he was afraid, but he went and he did it anyway. And I just thought it was cool. What was the band that really made you start loving rock metal? It was Slipknot. I couldn't believe, first of all, when we started the channel, basically we had just gotten out of like a serious church context, and you know, Vin's experience was different than mine. I had gone through a divorce, and so some of the ways that the people handled that and the way that I was treated was extremely painful. I'm still actually hurt to this day. So I think that I was pretty angry. And so, yes, I did. Yes, I got the Ultimate Musings. I got your PayPal. But yeah, so I think that I was like pretty angry and pretty hurt. And so when I think it was People Equal Shit. When Vinny played that song for me, I was like beside myself with how much enjoyment I got out of that. Oh yeah, Amy Lee Forever. My parents were extremely, extremely strict. And it was weird too, because like the church that they were going to was not as strict as my cousin's church, or so my father's brother, their church was really, really strict. But for some reason, my parents landed more strict than them. Like I was telling Vinny, I'm like, it didn't matter what we did. Like I look back and I'm like, it sucked, but at the same time, it formulated some of who I am. So like when we went to, they had a pool party, which anytime there was like any type of a party, we didn't really get to go. But that one, it was like kind of like the end of the school year party. And so we went and everybody was running around with water guns, and we couldn't have water guns because it was guns. So my mom was like, you can have two liter bottles. So we had 2-liter bottles of soda, trying to fill that up, try to squeeze that and throw that at people. It was a disaster. But we were always in those situations where we were like the odd man out. So it kind of made, I think it formulated, you know, some of my, it's weird because there are some aspects of my personality that I care way too much what people think. Like when the channel first started and people would be like really, really mean in the comment section, and I didn't understand why. Like I thought if you put out good content and you're being genuine with people and you're, you know, you're not trying to like go out there and like intentionally anger people, or like doing the Middle America channel, I can see why people would get pissed. It's like political and you're not having the same view. But like sometimes people were really, really mean in the comment section. And I actually had to take a break from reading it for a while because for some reason the mean stuff was staying stuck in my heart more than the other stuff. Yeah, stab cats. It's funny because there's like a lot of people that can relate with my childhood that are part of the metal community. I'm like, I thought nobody was going to be like, I thought people were just going to be like, who are you? And what is a Sori? But there's been actually a decent amount of people that were like, oh, I went to a church that was like that. Or, oh, my parents were like that. Anthony, I'm pretty sure I got all your information though. Oh yeah, if you sent the link in the PayPal message, the link for the song, then you're good. It doesn't matter if you didn't put the whole thing. You know, I'll be able to get it with that much information. Well, Jay, I think that sometimes people are trolling, but I think that sometimes people are just mean-spirited. And I think also that, like, I think that people had bad experiences sometimes in school or whatever, and then you might remind them of, because, like, for instance, I was in this situation before where this person like was just kept being mean to me. I'm like, what is this person's problem? And then when we finally got to the bottom of it, was that back in school, there was a girl that was similar to me, and she rejected him. And so he couldn't get past that. And so when he was around me, it would remind him of that. And so that I was getting the brunt of that. So that kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, maybe there's some of that stuff going on, but who knows? Yep. I'm going to put him back so people can still see him. He's so cute. I seriously cannot tell you how cute I think he is. I flipped out when we first got him. I'm pretty sure we opened him at one of the baby showers. I'm not sure. Like when we did the baby shower recording. It's reaction to Lennon. Did you see the Lullaby Thrice video? That's a pretty funny one because he talks about John Lennon's Imagine song. So it comes up in those lyrics. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, you're getting soaring with Sori. It's not going to be super deep, probably, but we can still have fun. All right, let's see. Some people suck. Jesus loves you, and that's what really matters. Yeah, Steve. I mean, it's funny though, because sometimes people and their reactions to you can kind of like sway you into thinking that that's how God sees you or that's how God thinks about you. And so when you're kind of getting mixed up like that, it can be difficult. The stuff that people were saying about me when I was going through my divorce, it was crazy too, because some of them knew the situation and they knew what had happened before I decided. I didn't just be like, oh, I'm just going to get a divorce. It was like, stuff happened, and it was weird to see me as the victim in the situation not being protected, and instead him being protected. So, and me being looked at in like this really like bizarre, it was a weird place to be in. So it started, I kind of started thinking like, oh my gosh, like maybe God feels like this about me, the way that people were treating me. But then, it took time. And as I grew and understood different things, and then that kind of changed, but it was a difficult time. What's the best way to start reading the Bible? What book? I think the best one to start with is the book of John. So there's like a regular book of John. You'll have your Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. And then there's other books of John, but it'll say 1 John, 2 John, or 3 John, not those. Just start with the book of John, because the book of John will talk about Jesus. It's a good spot to start. Yeah, A Spectre, before I married Vin. No. I'm married to Vin now. I got divorced before Vin. And then that was before the channel and everything. So, oh my gosh, Cassia, I'm a huge Typo fan. Yep. I really, really, really like his stuff. I especially like his relationship songs, even the creepy ones. As long as they're not too creepy. I'm pretty sure he did one that was a little too over the top for me as well. Jay, what was that one? Something about a jackhammer, I think. Wasn't that Typo? Yeah, you're welcome. Breeze Smith Jedi, I guess. You should have heard how I read DiGiorno, so. Randy Williamson. Did you really go? Because I'll go check to see how close you are. Greetings from Brazil. Randy Williamson. Here, let me look. Is that what your name was in PayPal? Stop scrolling. Is that what your name was in PayPal, Randy? Because if it was. Oh, the country song. Yeah, well, I don't know. I thought Vinny reached out to you. He's having a little bit of trouble to get that onto our iMovie because it's like it's from iTunes or something. It's not on YouTube initially. So that's why it's he was going to do that one that night for you. Anthony, it's so weird. Somebody was just asking me about that Poltergeist movie. I don't know what or who Maisie Starr is. The biggest self-revelation you can share that happened since you met Vin. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a positive self-revelation, but I've realized, I think because I was always like in every circle that I was in, I was always considered a super strong person. I was carrying everybody else. And I think that I was super tired. And then when I got around Vin, like when we were just friends, it was cool because I didn't, like I think I was like more like myself, but then once him and I got together and we were married, then I think that I was kind of like, carry me, Vin, carry me. And so now I'm actually, so I've recognized that I've done that. And I've recognized that I've kind of lost some of myself in the process because I've just kind of like let him do the lead. And so now, which he hates, he's like totally like, you would need to be who you are, So that was kind of like a sad self revelation that I figured out about myself, that I'm journeying back to, just being who I am and not worrying so much about whatever. Oh, thank you, Donald. Let's see. Andrew, we actually might do that, react to the whole Queensryche Operation Mindcrime album. But right now we've got a lot of stuff on our list that we have to get done. And we're trying to move out of this apartment and get into a house, but there's a lot of stuff that we have to get done for that. So between that and we have a bunch of kids and we're pregnant, and so there's like, because we have a life outside of doing YouTube, it's difficult to get all the stuff done. But we're thinking about like kind of coming up with, like, because we've had a couple people say, hey, like, I could pay this much for Mindcrime or whatever. So we're thinking about maybe figuring out a way to kind of like compile them and then saying, okay, it's this amount, and everybody can like kind of pitch in on it on the website. But Vin still has to give, I think, Amy Lee some information about what needs to be completed for the website. As far as a rockathon is going to be, again, a little bit tricky because I get so uncomfortable. Like, it's not just being uncomfortable. When I stand up from being in this chair, like I'm literally in pain and I'll be like limping around the house. So, yes, Steve, I wouldn't mind Vin wants the house in Arizona. I want grass in my yard. So that's where the whole grass in Arizona thing came. But Selah's dad lives here. So I'm not obviously going to take her away from her dad. So that would have to be later. Or if her dad was like, hey, you know what? I don't want to live in Maine anymore either. Yeah, Bob Miller. That's kind of what happened, like kind of getting lost in Vinny instead of like being myself. But again, like I said, sometimes I think that people encourage that because they want to control another person. Vin is not like that. He's like the complete opposite. But yeah, so I'm trying to work on that. Have you and Vin ever reacted to Y'all Want a Single? I don't think so. What's up, Tosco? Jay, that song is coming out so good, huh? Yeah, Maine is beautiful, Amy Lee, but it's also really cold and depressing. Yeah, Vin was feeling a little bit better. Actually, him and I we took a drive and we hung out together, and we had a really good time. And then we ended up just like chatting with each other until like, it was like 6 a.m. And then I was like, I need to go to bed. But it was cool. It was cool because I love having time to just talk with him just for an extended period. So all the kids were in bed and it was a perfect time. Yeah, but Massachusetts Ultimate Musings, I don't think it's much different than Maine as far as cold. Have you ever been outside the US? Yeah, I went to Latvia when I was in my 20s on so I went to a Bible college, which was more strict than my parents were. And then I ended up going to, when you were there, you could like intern someplace. And so I interned in Latvia. Green sand, maybe. No, I don't want green sand. I want actual grass that I can put my toes in. Well, Bob Miller, yeah. Okay, so he said, Christy and I do that to each other from time to time, but I'm very bad at spoiling her and treating her like a princess, LOL. Yeah, and I honestly think that that's part of what happens too. I was just telling Vinny, I'm like, you give me what I want a lot. Like, that's not really to your benefit. Because it does, I feel like it kind of like brings another side of me out that I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was like this. I did not see Stephen King, but a friend of mine said that their friend was working at there's a Burger King that's like on the highway, and they were working there, and like Stephen King had come in and it was like late, and they apparently tried to talk to him, and he was really grouchy and didn't want to be talked to. And so he went to another coworker and he was like, hey, after Stephen King left, hey, did you see that Stephen King? You should go get it. You should go ask him for his autograph. And the person was like, no way. And so the person ran out after Stephen King when he was in the grouchy mood. And then the other coworker was just like watching this whole thing. And he saw him go out. And I guess Stephen King like really flew off the handle with him and told him to leave him alone, which I can understand. Like, if you're Stephen King and you want to just be left alone, you just wanted to get your burger and get back to your car. Like, there's some times where I'm like, I literally don't want to talk or see anybody. I just want to go in and get my thing and get right back to what I'm doing. And so, if he was feeling like that, but I thought it was funny that his other associate set him up. Oh, your sister lives in Lewiston, Maine too? It's not that amazing. David, that's a lot of snow. I actually love the snow, to be honest with you. And I love being like kind of like cozied up in my home, but I don't feel the same way with an apartment. Like, it feels like, I don't know. And like when you're in an apartment, you've got windows on the front and the back, but there's no windows on the sides. So it kind of can feel more cooped up-ish. So, Let's see. Hello, Sarcast. Loretta, I watched The Shining and Pet Sematary, and I'm not sure I ever fully recovered from those. I actually, to be honest with you, we watched The Shining when I was a teenager. Now, my parents were super strict. We didn't have like cable or anything like that. We would rent movies. And so my sister had rented The Shining. And back in the day, I don't know, it depends on how old everybody was. If you had we had two VCRs. And so we had one tape that was playing, like, I don't know, the first night. It was like a little movie that my mother had approved. And so that one was there. And then we were watching The Shining on the other one. And then if my mom or my dad knocked on the door, you just pulled out the one plug and stuck the other one in and hit play. And it looked like you were in the middle of watching that other movie, even though you were actually watching The Shining. And so my sister had watched The Shining at my grandmother's house. Oh my gosh, I have this huge cramp in my foot. So my sister had watched it with my grandmother at her house, but when you watched it on television, they didn't have the cursing and they didn't have the nudity in it, which was something that like my family was like completely against. So when my sister tried to get me to watch it, she started playing it and there was like tons of cursing. And I was okay with the cursing. I just didn't like them using the Lord's name in vain. And they were using the Lord's name in vain a lot. And so I was feeling like really, really bad and really terrible. And then the scene, I don't know if you guys remember this part, but like there's an old woman in a bathtub and like she's naked and maybe she turns young and she's kissing him or something. But I had like never seen like nudity at that level before. And I was like, I felt like the most horrible person in the world. And so I told my sister, I'm like, shut it off. I'm not watching anymore. And my sister was like, just finish it, Sori. Just finish it. I think she felt guilty that she watched it. And so I think she wanted me to watch it so then she wouldn't feel so guilty. But I didn't. I couldn't watch anymore. I felt too horrible, and it was not good for me. So I shut it off. And so I still don't know what actually happens in the ending of that movie. I ended up watching Pet Sematary years later, which was still pretty crazy. No, you know what's so funny? My grandmother, she was like, she watched anything and everything, but the only thing that she wouldn't watch was The Exorcist. She would say, hey, me, I don't watch that. The Exorcist, hey, she threw up there. She'd go like that, and then she'd tell me it was no good. Yeah, great old one. That's too bad. But yeah. Yeah, I've never seen The Exorcist. So ever since, because I kind of felt like if my meme, that's like a grandmother in French, if she watched literally anything, but the only thing she wouldn't watch was The Exorcist, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it was pretty bad. Ooh. Hold on, that's Vinny again. I don't have any corn. He wants to know if there's corn for supper. Seattle. Peter, is it packed in Seattle? Oh, Ben Webb, supernatural stuff doesn't get to you. It's just funny to you. Well, I mean, yeah, lots of things can kind of like, I prefer like psychological thrillers, like when it's mind gamey and trickery. I like that. If I really liked Gone Girl. Yeah, I never saw Scream. Honestly, it didn't even look interesting to me. Um, oh, Zombie Holic, thanks. What did you say? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was a good movie, sad as well. I don't like sad stuff because honestly, because Vin is so much into the news and stuff, there's literally so much stuff to always be sad about. And I feel like that, you know, between his videos that he shoots for Middle America, the conversations that he has with other people, and the stuff that he tells me, it's like, it feels like it's just too much for me sometimes. I'm like, it's so heavy. Um, oh, the Da Vinci Code. Eh. So when I was in Latvia, actually, the Da Vinci Code was like huge, and people were talking about it all over the place. Like it was like going to destroy all of Christianity and the Bible and everything. It was just wild. And then when I actually saw it, which was probably only like a year or two ago, I didn't really think that it was that compelling. So no, Taffer. Vin will watch, like, he's got the news, he's got Facebook, and he compiles all this information, and then he does his own research. And so he's always digging into something. Or he'll watch like a video on something. And so like, he's always taking in this information. And so it can be, you know, it can be a lot. Like, sometimes I just say like, I'm not taking in anything sad today. And I'll just scroll past sad stuff because I'm like, I can't do it. Which I think that I would kind of be like that anyway, but then being pregnant, it's even more. The Conjuring 1 and 2 are great, but what the hell happened with the nun? I don't know. I never saw it. Thank you, great old one. Google residential schooling in Canada. Residential schooling in Canada? That sounds like it wouldn't be too bad. I will put that in my search for later. You better not be tricking me. A dark legacy of Canadian history. That sounds like it's going to be sad. Ah. Oh, okay, then we'll understand something about your life. Taffer, I don't know anything about this nun. I never saw it, so. Sarah Bear, hi. I don't know who Lorraine Warren is. I feel like that's probably a name I should know. I feel like Vin was here, he'd be making a face at me. Hold on. Oh no, I don't have any clue who she is. Was she in a movie? Oh, she was in The Conjuring? Zombieholic, thank you. It was horrible what they did to the natives. Are you talking about the Canadian document, the Canadian thing? Thank you, Taya. Wait, I know Vin says it right, and I don't remember if it's Taya or Taya. How about dark comedy? Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I've actually never heard of dark comedy. What is it? Oh, Ben, I would at least click on it to see what you look like. I don't know how much of your channel I would watch. It depends. Is it interesting? First of all, for me, to be honest with you, I'm kind of like a kid and I get very bored easily. So if you're boring, then no. Also, Sori, why are you doing a fireside? Why are you not singing at this moment? Sarcasm, because I'm waiting for somebody to give me the chorus and my mind is blank. I think you're supposed to give me the chorus and the verses, so that way I can start making lyrics for it. So it's your fault. Thank you, Zombieholic. So yes, that is okay. Because you said, oh gosh. Sometimes. Oh, see, I don't think that I would like dark comedy, like laughing at horrible things. I will say though, who's that guy? Dave Chappelle. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. When he, like, some of the horrible stuff that he's like making jokes about, you do find yourself laughing at horrible things. So in that case, I would. No, I don't listen to gospel music. I don't think Vin does either. I do listen to, I actually like spontaneous worship. So when I'm in the mood for it, that's what I put on. It's just basically people worshiping, but it's not planned. So they're just kind of like playing and singing as they go. And I like that. It's usually pretty repetitive. So if you're not into repetitive stuff, no, Jason, I didn't see that Monty Python. My mom got into Monty Python through my aunt, and they thought it was absolutely hilarious. I didn't really find a lot of humor in it, but I was a teenager, so maybe I would find more humor in it now. However, I think that with the Monty Python, you have to know a lot of stuff for it to really be funny. And I'm not sure if I have that much in my brain to be able to like really grasp the hilarity of it. Oh, perfect, Jay. Thank you. Who's a very naughty boy? Life of Brian is comedy gold. It's, what's weird is I put on a comedy because I feel like I really want to laugh. And then when I get in there, I don't think that it's that funny. Code Slammer. I don't know about you, Sori, but Vin might like Bill Burr's stand-up. Actually, I think that we watched some of that. Let me see. Bill Burr. Let's see. Oh. Yes, we watched some of his stuff. Mm-hmm. What's the weirdest take on Jesus' life? Also, thank you, Code Slammer. Who's your favorite artist? What type of artist? Like music or other things? Jen, it's a little over a month. Yeah, I like The Office. I do think The Office is entertaining. Did you ever watch George Carlin? I don't think so. Is that a comedian? George Carlin. No, he doesn't look familiar at all to me. Do you guys get a lot of outside help with the kids? No. But it's not too bad. M Death Fan, we pretty whoa, geez, Captain Pants. Thank you very much. Let Vin know that I'm meeting with that producer tomorrow. I'll send you guys some pictures of the Pantera plaques on the wall. Yay, thank you. Okay, I'll let him know. No, we don't, M Death Fan, we don't have a lot of outside help with the kids. Like on occasion, my mom will come to visit, but there's not really, but Selah goes to her dad's for a couple a night. She goes for two days. And so the kids go see their mom at the same time for those 2 days. So Vinny and I get like a couple days where it's just me, him, and Orion for now. But eventually it will be Reza too. So it's kind of like sometimes when the kids are leaving, I'm sad because I don't want them to go. But at the same time, when they go, it feels very healthy. I like it. Like it gives us some time to because we got married with so many kids, you like don't have time to like I don't know, to like be newlyweds because there's so many kids around and everybody had been through so much because there was, he had a divorce on his side, I had a divorce on mine. So there was like a lot of stuff that the kids had been through. So you're trying to like support the kids and be there for the kids, but at the same time, get that time for us. And so, yeah. Andreas, thank you. I don't know what that number ends up being, but sorry, I recall a song on Demi Borgir called something. Not like metal with soulful lyrics. Not he like metal with soulful lyrics. Did we do it? Let me see. Let me highlight that. Hold on. I'm not sure if it's saying that you're saying it's something that we did. No, we didn't do a song. If that is spelt right, I copied and pasted it and it's not something we did. So, and that's a good one. You like that one? There was like one Demi Borgir song I think I really liked. I just can't remember what it is. Alex Hefner, what's up? Did you get my shirt I sent him yet? And how are you and the baby doing? Tyrone, we're doing really, me and the baby are doing really good. And Vinny probably did get the shirt. We went to the post office and snatched up a couple things. And we're going to do one of those, Christmas in July's or whatever. So you'll get to see us opening it. Thank you, Amy Lee Forever. Okay, great old one. I shall check it out. Yeah, Jason, it is difficult, and it's difficult trying to like kind of get everybody together because, sometimes the kids they like Selah is from my previous marriage and sometimes she connects better with like one of the other kids and then the other kids that were from the original family together, they're like feel left out and it can kind of make a complicated situation. And, I try my best to balance everything and I don't think that I do perfectly well at it, but I definitely think that after all of this, I will be able to give some really great advice to other women that are going through the same situation because it's not easy blending families. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, Jay? I'm very curious. Tyrone, is it really your birthday today? Where are you? Did you disappear? We have 5 in the house, 1 in my womb, and 1 with God. So there you have it. There's quite a crew of us. Ben, you're insane. Ben says straight up, having a kid is an expensive time waster that makes intimacy impossible. The only way I'd have kids is if I hated the woman, really. Well, no, it's really not. It's not like that. Like they do take up a lot of time, but they take up as much time as you want them to take up. You know, like today we took them to the water and Vinny took off with one of the kids. But, you know, we had that other time we just had like an all night. We just hung out together into the morning hours, and you have to get creative about how you're going to spend your time together and how you're going to get that time in and prioritizing your relationship, because like the kids are there for X amount of years, but when they grow up and they move out and they have families of their own, and you still have to have a relationship at the end of that. So you have to make sure that you prioritize that relationship above the kids, but at the same time, still making sure that they're well taken care of. Okay. Happy birthday, Tyrone. He turned 26 today. So yes, Anthony, 7 in total. So you got to check out DC's Dark Night Metal playlist. Dark Nights. Yeah. What is that actually? Sounds good. I'll put that in my other search bar to check it out later. Where did this go? I'm trying to come back to you. There I am. Okay. Oh, music to a comic book. Yeah, the baby metal gets copyright strikes, and like if you get 3 of those, they'll literally shut your channel down. And I was afraid it was going to happen to us because we were doing Guns N' Roses, and we had done a significant amount of Guns N' Roses, and everything, it was great. Like it didn't it didn't like affect like our channel at all. And then all of a sudden one of them like hit. It was like a strike overnight, and I'm like and we realized that all of a sudden like they were going to start striking the stuff. So we were like, we got to get out of here really fast. And so we blocked all of those videos really quickly because they could have shut us down overnight over that, because we had more than 3 Guns N' Roses up, because I really like the Guns N' Roses stuff. But being a guy, Bob Miller. Oh yeah, did you have gallstones? Not gallstones, kidney stones? I heard those are horrible. What did I say? Tyrone was turning 26. I meant 46. Have you guys listened to King Diamond? I think so. Wait, what does Ben hate? Tell me. I'll do it immediately. I've had kidney stones. 1 to 10, would not recommend. Everybody that I've heard have them is like, it's excruciating. Eskimo Callboy by Hypa for when you need a good amusing laugh. Is that metal? Is that metal? Looks very strange. Yeah, it's a metal song? No baby metal. We can't do that. I just said that. How was my time in Latvia when you were on the mission? Did you pick up any of the language while you were there? Yeah, I actually did. I actually picked up some of it while I was there. It was a weird, the story is so long, but I will simplify it for you. So when we went, the school that I went to, they separated the guys and the girls. And the only time that you guys would get together is when they would have they would call it like a fellowship. And then you guys would all hang out together. It was super awkward because on just the regular day, you couldn't talk to them. And like all of a sudden, randomly, like once a month or something, you were supposed to like talk to them, and it wasn't supposed to be weird. It was very weird. So anyway, when I went to Latvia, my team was mostly guys, and there was one girl that was there with me. Well, it turns out that she hated me, which kind of sucked. So now To be fair, she was in her 40s. I've always been really bad with ages. I'm actually better at knowing people's ages now, but I had no clue that she was over 40. And so they were really, really strict. And so I couldn't be around the guys unless she was there with me. And she wasn't supposed to be around the guys either unless I was there with her, but she was an introvert and she liked to kind of be off by herself. And so anyway, so she's over 40 years old, and they were like really, really strict about what you would wear. And they were constantly like criticizing if they thought something was too tight. They would tell you how to change. It was very, very, very strict. And so she was talking to me about my clothing, and I was so sick and tired of the same conversation. And she was saying, well, why do you wear the clothes that you wear? And I said, well, I mean, I don't want to be 40 years old and single. And that's the situation that she was in. But I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just giving her my mindset at the time. Although now I think differently. Now I think if you have to wear certain clothes to get, it's not a healthy spot to be in. But anyway, at the time, I didn't really realize that. I was young and I had mindsets that needed to change. And so she really didn't like me. Yeah, I burned her bad. And I was not intending on burning her. And so I noticed that she got really cold after that. And I had no clue why. And then I ended up finding out, I'm like, oh my word, how could I have been so stupid? And so after that, like, she hated me even more. And so even though I did not want to be stuck in my room alone. So what was supposed to happen is it was supposed to be a kids' summer camp. And so we were supposed to be working with the kids all summer. But I don't know what happened, but we were there for like a good chunk of time before the kids even showed up. And so you're in another place. You can't speak the language. She was my translator. So when she didn't want to translate for me because she hated me, that was kind of a problem. And it was a really, really difficult time, especially because I don't like to be alone. Like, now that I have all kinds of kids around me, now I kind of like crave some alone time. But at that point, like, I didn't want to be alone, but I had no other choice because I couldn't be with the guys if she wasn't there, and she didn't want to be there. So it made for a lot of difficult situations. And she was really mean. It was really a difficult time, but it was still a good experience. I still got to meet a lot of people, and, it forced me to learn the language a little faster because I didn't have her translating for me. And honestly, the kids were like, they were such great teachers because they would like bring up a flower and then explain and then like teach me the word for flower. And then I would teach them the word for flower. And so it was good. If I had super speed, what's the first thing I would do with it? Super speed? I would run all the way to some place where it's nice and warm and beachy, and I would dive in the water, swim around, and then run back before anybody knew I was missing. There's so many things I would do if I had super speed, because right now, like, it's limited for one because of COVID. But even if you didn't have COVID, there's still like, there's so many times where I would just like to go off by myself into the woods, but I'm always like conscious of the fact that that could not be safe. So if I had super speed, then I wouldn't have to worry about it, because if any bad people came around, I could run really fast and get out of there. Okay, Cassia, rest up, honey. I like the Nirvana Unplugged stuff. I always enjoy those. I don't know who Sarah Wayne is. I tie people's laces together in public. That's so funny. Yeah, I would do nothing with other people. I would just get out of there. Anthony Smith, I notice you. We have a planned Great Old One to do covers week, in which we're gonna be reviewing a song and then reviewing the cover. So maybe it'll get done then. I don't know what Simple Plan is. Is this the streamer who thinks reading is violence? No, I said selfish. I didn't say violence. Um, oh, okay, Larry. Let's see. What's up, Ron? Devo did a cover of Can't Get No Satisfaction. Highly recommend. That sounds good. Jesse, what's up? The Nirvana Unplugged stuff is great, but I think it's time for some heavy, fun Nirvana. Do Breed. Oh, really? I actually I can agree with you on that. I'm in a live stream. It's easy to heat up, and the cheese is ready. Is shredded. React to some Lordy for me. Peace out, Jay. Neil, stop. That's not the same thing. I don't think that dark humor movies are about people's laces getting tied together. I feel like you're laughing at the death of people or something. Yeah, it's been a while since we did Demon Hunter. Let's see. Do you like movies with true? Oh, where did it go? It literally like the stream just like bumped up so fast I didn't get to see what you were asking me. So if you're the movie person, you're going to have to re-ask that. Oh, right there, Jen. Do you like movies about true crimes, true survivor, inspirational stories? Probably. I don't think I've ever seen movies like that because usually Vin is the one that picks the movie, and if Vin is busy and I pick my own movie, I always pick a trash movie. I don't it like never I can never pick a good movie where I'm like, that was legit a good movie. I always pick something that I'm like, yeah, that was all right. Zombie Holic, you should react to Alice in Chains' Brother, the unplugged version. Is it sad? Somebody said Nirvana Breed. That's a possibility. I'm pretty sure we already did that one, but pop punk music. Yeah, I do, Blaine. I like stuff like that. The kids really like stuff like that. I also like certain like country. It depends on the country. Oh, really, Steve? That was your first one, Demon Hunter? Sorry, if you rent Poltergeist 1982 and don't love it, I'll pay for whatever it costs you to rent it. I'm sure Anthony. So there's one of our buddies on the channel gives me access to his what is it? It's his voodoo, and I'm pretty sure Poltergeist is in there. It's definitely something that seems like it would be right up his alley. How about Serve the Servants by Nirvana? There's a lot of Nirvana fans here tonight, I guess. Oh, OTEP covered Breed also. See, I would really like doing I'm going to look forward to doing the covers week because it's only one set of lyrics. So because the lyrical breakdown takes up the majority of our review. But if we listen to two songs back to back, we're still going to do a lyrical breakdown, but we're going to get to see the two angles. And I'm very interested in that. Bluegrass music, depending on my mood. Nirvana and OTEP. Sounds like Vinny's back. A Trump burger. No, what's a Trump burger? Poltergeist 2. Is it good? Sometimes they don't really. What is that, Silver Kyrie? Let me know when you're doing covers week so I can buy a kazoo. Oh, to butcher corn song for Vin. Oh, you're terrible. When y'all did Where Do You Sleep Last Night, it was a tearjerker. Oh. Yeah, some of the songs have been really, really sad. Silver, I didn't know you played the violin. Or if I did know, I forgot. It's possible. Oh, watch the original Poltergeist? If I watch it? Okay. Is it scary? Is it something I would want to watch without Vinny? Or would I be scared? Enjoyed your acting as Sarah on Prison Break. What? Do I look like that person? Remake doesn't exist in your world. I get it. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the original is just so good. You want the next one to be good because the graphics and everything's going to be better, but oh, it's not gory. Okay. PG-13. Dana's Devin is on cover for Covers Week. Yeah, I don't know. They're literally, you should see how big the Covers Week list is. So I don't even know how we're gonna dwindle that down to decide what we're gonna do. Phantasm. Tom, that sounds really corny, to be honest with you. And really, I don't say much stuff sounds corny, but that absolutely does. You should see the picture that I'm looking at. The guy's like, oh. There's Vinny again. No, I don't think I would watch the It movie. Yeah, for real. The It movie, is that like a child called It, or is it something else? Because I heard about that, what that mother did to that child, and I could never watch something like that. I couldn't. Where's Vin? Doing research on the music artists? No, he was taking one of our kids out for a drive and hanging out with them. Oh, Edgar, thanks. Sometimes it just gets me. Sorry, are there any religions that offend you and Vin? No, not that offend us. I mean, we disagree with other religions, but Vin has kind of shown me that there's a lot to love in other religions and other thought processes and stuff. And you can appreciate some of the stuff that's cool in those other religions without, subscribing to them as your own. Oh, it's that clown one. Yeah, there's like a kid I don't know if they're laughing or crying outside. Yeah, I've seen the cover of that, but I assumed that it had to do with the child called It, and so I stayed very far away from it. Is that one gory though? I don't like horror. If it's horror, I'm out. I saw that movie. It sucked. Why did it suck? I remember when I was a teenager, I went to visit my aunt, and so she knew how really strict my parents were. And I went to spend the night, and they played a movie. It was called Fear.com. And I watched the whole thing, but that was completely out of my comfort zone. And that is not something my parents would have approved of us watching. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it this time. It was pretty disturbing, though. I'm not going to lie. And now that I'm like, I don't know. I was probably like 16 years old, so I don't think it was completely weird. But I do think it's a little bit weird when like adults introduce kids to stuff that's outside of their comfort zone. I think that's a little bizarre. I hated visiting my aunt's house. Well, yeah, you had good reason for that. Plus, when they were playing that, everybody was having some drinks. And at that point, I thought like if you had like a mic, so you were like not going to hell, but like you might be close. And so they were like having some little small drinks that at the time I thought this was like really serious. But now I look back and I'm like, it really was nothing what they were drinking. It was just like just to chill them out. It wasn't for anything else. Oh, I did not like Hereditary. I didn't think the storyline was that good. And it was like, it was weird. And honestly, when that kid, the real dramatic thing that happens to that girl, when that happened, oh, that was so sick and so disturbing. And then the mom finding it, yeah, it was just, wow. I don't know. I was pretty disturbed by that. The whole adults introducing kids to stuff outside of their comfort zone thing is maybe odd on the surface, but before the internet, how do you think kids got out of their comfort zone? Yeah, but I think that there's some stuff that there's no reason to introduce that into your head. There's some stuff that I think that we have to know about and you have to be aware of and stuff like that. But then there are some things that are just deranged and just like, why introduce that kind of like psychopath thinking into the mind of a kid? I never saw Seven. Vin listens to so much Corn, but he always does Corn live. Cadus. Yeah, great old one. That's really terrible. Hello, Sori. I am French and I love your videos with your husband. Keep going. We shall. We shall. What's up, Overshadow Sean? Let me see if Vinny's gonna come up. Yo, you need to watch Jacob's Ladder. Really? Messaging Vinny, see if he's gonna come out. Oh, Cadus, that one when Corn did Daddy, yeah. That was crazy. And it's crazy because when I first started the reaction, you can tell that I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel like that this might not be a good song. And Vin does not give it away at all what I'm about to walk into. And so, yeah, I melted down on that one. I cried a lot. It was pretty interesting too, because when you watch our reaction, so when he does that song at the end, Jonathan just melts down and like he's just crying and crying at the end, and then they keep that in the song. And so when I did the reaction, like I was just melting down, and then at the end of the reaction I just started crying, and like Vin was holding me, and it was crazy because it coupled to make a really crazy ending for that video, because the same way he ended the song was the same way the reaction ended, but it wasn't planned. It was just I couldn't stop crying. So yeah, PlayStation Metalhead. It was a mess. But I agree, it was good. You know what? It's our top watched video. I'm pretty sure it's the one that has the most views. American Psycho really got to me, yet others say it's dark comedy. Sarcast, I could kind of picture you being into dark comedy. Oh. All right, guys, I'm going to be ending soon. Just so you know. I'm going to go get some supper, see what's going on. That was a lead. What? Belly song by My Girl by Nirvana was Black Girl by Lead Belly. I don't know what that is. Is there any song that you listen to consistently that can still make you cry? Yes. It's I'll tell you guys. It's not at all like for this channel. I played it for Vin and he thinks it's such a boring song. And I can see how he thinks it's boring. What is it? I listen to so much stuff here. Let's see. Come on, where is it? Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. Say Something. Which I can't play it at all because I was trying to see who sings it. Say Something, and then I'm in parentheses, I'm giving up on you. When I listen to that, especially if I'm in a certain mood, it definitely makes me cry. Zombieholic, thank you. Write Me a Letter by Rusty Cage. I like certain sad songs. Like I've seen the meme where it's like you rewind the song because the sad part that was supposed to make you cry didn't hurt you bad enough, and I'm like that. I'm like, wait, I didn't feel that one enough, and I'll play it again. But it's usually like I don't even know why it. I don't know. I love sad stuff sometimes. I just want to kind of feel for a moment, but you don't have to stay in it because the song ends. Charles, thank you. Glad you caught the stream too. I know, Anthony, there's nothing really that serious about my my live streams. It's all just like, it's really, we're stuck on hanging out. There's no politics, no religion much, a little bit. Some of them I've done where there was more religion. Just depends on the questions being asked. Anthony Smith, I will tell you something about me is that I have a horrible memory. And after something is out of my mind, it's very hard for me to bring it back. And This Life by Seven Dust, I think was a really sad one. What was, that was the one where Vinny got really sad. And so I don't know. Did I not rate that one? What did I say? Did I say it was a silent count? I don't remember what I said. Do your and Vin's politics match up? Yeah, I mean, they do a lot. There's sometimes where they don't, but a lot of times, I hate to admit this, but a lot of times when he has a certain thought process on something, I end up coming around and agreeing with him on it. I like disagreeing with him because it's fun, and I think he also likes it too. But there's a lot of the thing is with Vin, it's hard because like he'll say something that you think that you have a good handle on what the political situation is, but then he'll like bring out this other angle that I didn't. Thank you so much. He'll like, I asked him for this and he got me the biggest one possible.
Are you on Sori Live or are you on Vin and Sori?
No, Vin and Sori. So he'll bring up something political and I'll be like,
did you move the table?
No. So he'll bring up something political and I won't agree maybe with what he's saying, but then he'll like bring up more details and other things. And I'm like, dang it. Or he'll say something like, because he's been shooting videos for literally years. So he would shoot videos even on like other channels and other places he'd be shooting videos. So sometimes he'll say something like 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden it's coming true today. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm like, if I don't, I know it's a huge well, I sent him he went to the store the other night, and I was like, please get me Nutella, and he forgot it. And so anyway, so yeah.
I'm just here to let you guys know that we're not getting a divorce.
That was like one person. They were like, wait, you divorced Vin? I was like, no, I didn't divorce Vin.
Yeah, I don't have anything to contribute. I just wanted to say what's up and let you guys know that we're not having a divorce. I was just scoping out a house with that house is on the terrace one.
Oh, the one that we kept not going to?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's the only thing is it doesn't have a lot of land.
How much land?
We're going to have to look at it tomorrow, but the neighborhood is really, we counted like 3 or 4 basketball hoops.
We're trying to find a spot that has other kids so the kids can kind of get out and make friends. Although it's weird because we live in a neighborhood right now that has a bunch of kids, and our kids don't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
But it might be, he's scoping out the divorce. It was so funny because when we first started the stream, Ben was like, what did he say? Ben
Webb?
Yeah, of course. He was like, Vin is selfish. He's always been selfish. I don't even know why he was saying that. And I was like, I said, not Vin. I said, Ben, I said, listen, I said, you got to be careful with what you say because Vin's not here to protect you, basically. And then Amy Lee was like, I've been just having itchy fingers. I just want to block him so badly. I'm like, just give us a reason, Ben.
Yeah. C Guma 48. What's up, my dude? Gio, what's up? Great old one in the house.
Honey, I didn't rate that song, the Seven Dust one.
I don't know. I mean, I had a complete meltdown on it. So
I know, I don't remember.
I can imagine why.
Thank you, Zombieholic.
Yeah, that house is like bigger than it looks on the thingamajig. Remember that other house we went to? I was like, holy shit, it's bigger than that one. That one's pretty good. So
but you said there's not much land.
Well, I couldn't see a lot of land.
But is there, like, if it's one of those neighborhoods, they're going to have a lot of space.
There were a lot of there was a lot of houses, and you know what, it's the biggest block it was the biggest house in the block, and it had that pool in the back and everything. But that's the one with the pool in the back, and it had that 3-season room or the 4-season room.
I think there was plenty of space there.
Yeah.
Honestly, honey, during the summertime, you think the kids are going to be anywhere but the pool?
There is a walking trail though. There's a big walking trail there. So me and Johan were scoping it out. He was like, whoa.
Very excited. I want to go see that for sure.
Yeah. So anyway. So I didn't mean to interrupt your guys' discussion.
Silver.
I didn't want to
divorce temporarily. So any songs I send you about divorce get a higher rating?
Holy crap. This changes things.
Wow.
This just dropped just now.
That's a lot higher.
Yeah, but I think we'll be okay.
But it doesn't even look like there's people around. That changes nothing.
What do you see all those cars over there? Look at those cars. Look at
those are burglars.
Those are people. Is that a 4-bedroom? Did they say 4-bedroom?
I don't know. All the kids
4 beds, 3 baths.
All the kids want a pool. That's their top on the list.
I'm pretty sure we can swing this. This will be at the higher end of the thing, but I'm pretty sure we could swing it. And I don't think it's going to be that price if it's around by the time we want it.
Did you even look at it?
It literally just popped.
But we like that other one. Oh my gosh, it's really nice.
Anyway, go back to your friends.
As is that. Wow.
And it's got a lot of land in it too.
Yeah.
I want to see what
it has no pool though.
Let's see what I'm happy about that.
I know.
I'm not trying to fish any of these kids out of this.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Can y'all do a music reaction while moving? Probably not.
So I feel like this one, all the cost has to do with the land. Not really seeing anything like
super spectacular.
Yeah, that's a master. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I liked the other one better actually.
Yeah.
And if there's a walking trail closer, that's nice.
That's a very nice basement.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. That other house, the basement was pretty much like this. I mean, it wasn't as nice as this, but
so we could make one of those moves.
It was good enough.
Jim.
It's the land. That's the big thing.
In my country, if we go to the store without our mask, now we have a $6,000 fine.
Good
for them.
Good. There's no fine for doing that in Maine, in our country currently.
Bob Miller, will you guys throw a virtual housewarming party when you move?
Tucker Carlson. Yeah, we might do a little thing.
I think that we'll do something. Yeah.
Tucker Carlson's moving to Maine, he said.
Who?
Tucker Carlson.
Zombie Holic, you need to check both houses.
Yeah, but that one is really, really good. It's like as advertised.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Vin the only black guy in the state? No, actually, there's tons of Somalians here. So
Somalis. They're not
Somalis.
They're not Somalian.
Okay, well, I don't know. Somalis.
Yeah, there's a lot of Somalis here.
And you see like black guys too, like not like, you know.
They're always with white girls. They
are, but that's because there's not. I don't see a lot of black girls here though.
Yeah, that's not why. But that's a different conversation.
Look, sarcasm. Cool, a house in Europe with pool. Oh, you found something for us in Europe, did you?
Hey, did you guys do that verse course thing yet?
That's what I told him. He's like, why are you on the live stream and not working on lyrics? I said, that's because you're supposed to. That's a very
good question.
I said, that's because you're supposed to get me that thing. Stop. I said, that's because you're supposed to get me the verse lyrics.
I was working. I couldn't
think of the word verse.
I was working on some stuff with my son. I was like, which one do you like? Are they all buff as Vin?
No. No.
I had a.
He's like an anomaly.
I had an occupational necessity to be that way. So those guys don't have an occupational necessity, so they're good.
It doesn't matter. Some people, they just have it in them, and he's just one of those people. I mean, if you see Orion, he doesn't have an occupational whatever, but you can tell that kid is. Will you?
Yeah, zombie.
GoFundMe so we can help you in your house.
Well, not a GoFundMe, but we'll probably do a rockathon or whatever. You know what I mean? Because really, I could live here for the rest of my life.
I couldn't.
Sori does not like being eaten by bed bugs, and she doesn't like seeing Orion getting eaten by bed bugs, and she doesn't like stacking the living room with people or whatever. So I
don't like being able to not like. I can't go out in my backyard and just be able to just relax. Like I hate being cooped up inside.
Well, if you're in this place, you're not going out in your bikini in this place, sweetheart.
Why not? No, I'm not talking about going out in my bikini anyway.
This is a master room.
That's a really nice room.
Yeah, that's the master room.
I'm not talking about going out in a bikini. I'm just talking about going. I want to be able to go out without having to talk to people.
Well, you said something about your bikini, so I didn't know that, whatever.
Oh, well, I would have sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't now.
Why not?
Because I'm telling you,
there's no privacy over there.
This is the big selling point, the basement, because then we can put the
Which one was this? This is terrace?
This is the one that me and Johan just scoped out.
I thought that was the one that had the bedroom that had a little couch in there.
You could put the.
Okay, good night, Charles.
Later, Charles. You could put the elliptical and all that stuff down there in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that little office space over here.
Yeah.
But that's still in the same room.
Yeah.
And I don't want the studio in the same room.
Would you use that spot over there or no?
No, because it's in the same room as the master bedroom. They got a weird.
Then the baby's bed could go over there.
The crib, you mean? The crib for the baby?
I guess not, because by the time I'm done nursing, the baby will be moved out of our room anyway. It's a bad idea.
Right. Then you get the basement. So there's a lot of.
What a nice little. This
is a master bathroom. This should be your bath. It's got the jet tubs and everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like the neighborhood. I'm going to take you tomorrow to look at get the feel of the neighborhood.
Okay.
Neighborhood is decent.
Invite Head for the housewarming party. That's not the same house.
It's the same house. It's the same place, babe. Look.
What is that weird fencing? That's not the house I thought it was.
That's just to keep all the locals, I guess, out of their pool.
Just to keep the locals out.
Seriously. But look how much land got sacrificed for that freaking pool. It pisses me off.
Don't piss me off. You
You're
have
not
no
going to use
idea.
it the majority of the year.
I don't care. I miss being in a pool. I grew up in a pool. I
See, I
spent
don't know,
years of
like-
my life in a pool.
See, like they did a really good job here, but this is literally all the land that's there. Like it's over after this.
Yeah, but
There's no
what
place
about
there.
those woods?
It's literally like 2 steps out and there's another house right there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're not going out in your bikini with that one, sweetheart. Quickathon, just a couple hours of premium songs. People will bid on. Highest bid wins prime reaction.
Uber filthy way. I think what we're gonna do.
Yeah, Brian. That's
we're probably
cool.
gonna do like we might do one where the reactions they're like the shorter ones. This person keeps saying something that I don't know what they mean.
What? What's his name?
Geomart, put that
so
simple
the bikini
thing.
is strictly for the bedroom, as in like you're not going to go out in public with your bikini.
No, that wasn't the thing that he keeps saying, or she. Tell me the simple thing that you keep putting that I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's another one of those "What's up, dog?" things.
I'm good. I'm good, Ian. I'm all right. I'm very, very excited for this music project that we're working on. So if we could get our vocalist to take it seriously and start writing lyrics and votes, that would be great.
I am. As soon as I get the verse.
I mean, I didn't mention any names. I just said as soon as we can get our vocalist, to start taking it seriously, we'll be all right.
Look, are we married? Do you think we should be married? That's the question. We all married.
That's the thing. Is like I don't even understand why you need a pool in Maine. Like, why would you even do that? It's
because
Maine. You're only
love swimming.
Yeah.
I love being in the water.
Oh yeah, Amy Lee. I know.
It's hard for me to write lyrics without hearing the sound. And so when I saw the beginning of the song, I'm like, yes, I think that I could come up with lyrics for this, but I need to see all of it. Yes, Vin and Sori are married. Yeah, we've been married for a couple of years. We blended our families and what? No, you can't, Taffer.
I'm telling you.
You'll pop the liner.
This song is so okay. This is how crazy this song was. Okay,
it's ridiculous.
So I was down there working on like the first quarter of it, and Johan goes, "Are you sure you wrote this?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, bro, I wrote it." He's like, "I don't know. It sounds professional." I said, "Fuck you very much. Get out of here, you bastard."
Well, Selah is not happy with you right now, so she's like, "I don't like the song." But I think she probably will like it if she comes around. She's so unbelievable.
She's mad at me? What did I do now?
You had the audacity to hang out with somebody else.
Pacholo, can you pronounce my name? Pacholo 007? Pacholo?
I don't do the names when you're
or it's like, Pocolo. It's either Pocolo or Pacholo.
Babe, you should have seen at the beginning.
What?
They were like, well, if you don't, if you're, because I was talking about the delivery. They're like, if you're worried about delivery, and they said, try DiGiorno. But I thought it was
very well.
I thought it was like some other birthing technique or something. And so I read it, like when I said, instead of saying Gamatron, I say Gamatron. I did that. You should have seen how I read it. I'm like, I'm so glad Vin's not here.
Sarcast, did you upload that VC thing? Because it would be great if you did. I was up all night practicing, trying to get that tremolo stuff down perfect.
Did you get it?
It's actually harder to play on the Jackson than the other one. The other one is perfect.
That's so annoying.
The one that I use downstairs.
No one in my office puts on masks or distances. They said they trust each other. I was thinking the virus doesn't give a fuck if you trust each other, but I was trying to be nice. That's really annoying.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't work out in the public in this day and age.
Tony, what messages?
Yeah, Brian.
Did you get it or
they're
not?
just rip-offs between Metallica, Korn, and Lamb of God and Magua. That's
what
I think. All the influences are very, very obvious once you listen to them. You go, "Oh, there's a Korn. There's a." No, I'm not home at the moment. Okay, no sweat. I added some things to the chorus part that you guys did. I completely abandoned my original idea on the chorus because your guys' was better. So there you go.
Do you really, Raphael?
Raphael?
I'm sorry if you do. I furloughed myself because I live with at-risk people.
Vin, your turn to notice me. I noticed
you are noticed.
Magua.
Yeah, Tony, I tried that, and I don't think that it worked. I drenched the whole thing. I filled up the tub with as hot of water as I could find, put a bunch of Dawn in there, and then just drown that thing.
We're just gonna leave, like, literally, aside from our electronics, we're just gonna leave everything here.
Right. So.
Period.
And even the electronics, I still want to talk to a professional and say, can you treat this stuff? Like maybe we put the electronics in the car and say, treat the car and the electronics in there. You know what I mean?
What do they do? They put the car through like some.
I have no idea what
he does. We
gotta talk to
degrees.
the guy. I think you have. I thought you had an intro idea.
I do have an intro idea, and it may have something to do with a violin, but I have to get the rest of the group, or maybe I'll just make an executive decision.
Vin, I hope Sori told you where to shove that refund.
Yeah, she told me where to shove the refund.
He was like, fine, to say okay.
No, what a weird world we're in. Like, I'm trying to give this woman her money back.
I know.
But yeah, I'm very excited about the song. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy with everybody that I'm working with. We found our long lost brother, our bassist, and it's good to work with. Sarcast is, I think everybody in the band is like very, very necessary. Like Sarcast has an organizational principle, and then Jay is like me. He's work on it like over and over again, like deep into the morning. So like everybody's like doing something, and then the bassist, he's got a 6-string bass, so I'm really expecting something.
5.
It's a 6. Well,
he broke 1 string.
Oh, he broke 1 string. That's right. So I'm really happy for it. Is Head gonna be in the song? No. I told him about it. He wants to hear it, but I keep.
You did. You told him.
Yeah. I keep that completely separate though. That life completely separate. But he wants to hear it. So I've got another guy in the band, and they're working on their EP. He's like, he'll send it to me. The big thing I'm worried about is like the mixing and stuff. Like I want to make sure like it's professional grade. Mixing and everything comes out. And I keep thinking about the video. I'm like, how is that gonna? I think it'll be. I think the video is gonna be okay. I've got like a couple ideas about the video, so like we're not gonna need all that, but like Sarcast, we're gonna we'll just focus on him drumming and then all the rest of it. I mean, you're gonna be the main thing.
Once it's all over, we can hire that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna be the main one everybody wants to look at anyway, because you're gonna be the only girl in the band and all that. So
well, it'd be nice to do it after I have the baby.
And then Amy Lee can do video editing. Yeah. Yeah. Like I would never. When we were hanging out with Head, like I didn't even take a pic or anything from anything. Yeah. Like I don't have any conversations with him about anything like that. So it's cool. It's a good relationship.
NMJ, when you use the parchment paper, does it make the cake weird if you don't fold the edges good? Because like my Pyrex dish is rounded on the corners, so then how do you get the paper in there?
Britain, latest country on the planet for mask wearing. As of July 24th, it'll be mandatory to wear a mask in shops. 3 months too late. 7
Dusted, we are. Bricktown is doing the is he doing the lyric video for it?
Bricktown Media is doing our lyric video.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an official video. I don't know. Maybe we combine the official with the lyrics. I don't know.
Yeah, you might do some of that. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Vin, what's the band's name?
We're keeping that secret right now.
I almost just said it.
Right now it's Booty Juice.
Yep.
Who just said it?
I almost just said it.
It's Booty Juice currently.
If you guys would have asked me that before Vin showed up, you'd have had the answer.
Great old one. We'll be praying for you, my guy.
Open.
Do you want your teeth to get cold?
Yes, I do actually. I don't like to be burned.
Yeah, but I think it already is. Look how she's holding it. It's probably already cooled.
I'm gonna be back in my room in a second. So
yeah, we're ending
go back
anyway.
in my room. Well, you don't have to end. I mean,
no, I was just gonna say, I've already been sitting in this chair for this long.
I don't think they would. Go ahead. You put it back together. Thank you. Have we reacted to any?
I think booty juice sounds like a really disgusting name. But I was a CNA.
You got to be a Korn fan to know.
Oh.
Korn fan. Korn had like a side project called Booty Juice in the early '90s that had like Head and Monkey like doing ripping solos and stuff, and they never released it.
Yes, but Jason. Unfortunately,
but you have to be a hardcore Korn kid to know that. Yeah, these people were thinking they were like living in luxury. And
no,
remember that girl told us, "You guys are rich."
Yeah,
you guys are rich.
We're not living in the lap of luxury.
No, we're not. It's not how it works in YouTube. It's a struggle.
No. Well, we've been working hard for a couple of years, so now we should be able to get a really nice place. And the thing is, Jason, when you have a whole bunch of other people in the building with you, it doesn't matter what you do on your end. Like I literally am fighting this thing all the time. It matters not at all.
People beside you and the people. I mean, it's the apartments are connected, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And the landlord has absolutely. And then the other thing is like the bed bug cleaner people or the whatever. They come like they've got a contract with this with the apartment complex, and so they have no motivation to completely eradicate them because it's a steady stream of income.
Right.
So it's just a disaster.
It's really weird because every time that they would come to spray, it always got worse. Not like I expected it to get like a little bit worse because they sprayed and then they would come out, but it got like literally worse. I told Vin, I'm like, I feel like they had them in their pockets and they threw some out when they were here.
100%.
Because it was really bizarre because then we would find them, I don't know.
Yes, Ben, I saw that ridiculous budget McDonald's and Visa put together about how to survive on $8.25 an hour.
No, Raul, we're not.
Ben, you have got to, okay, Ben, if you're not going to create a channel yourself, at least when you send these things to me, let's just shoot an episode together and we can talk about it. Because like nobody's talking about the stuff that Ben talks about, but it's like eminently relevant.
He asked me if I would watch his channel.
And he refuses. Ben's channel would not be. Ben's channel would be my favorite political channel.
I said I'd at least sign in just to see what you look like.
Send me an email, loser, and we'll coordinate about shooting some videos together since you're too scary to do your own channel. But his stuff is really, really good. What's Chevelle's song are you loving right now? Letter from a Thief and Mexican Sun and Don't Fake This, I think it's called.
Oh, really, Captain Pants? You dealt with that too?
What?
He said, I dealt with that in my last office next to a restaurant. Losing battle.
It is. It's an absolute losing battle. You're never going to win.
Oh, and he's going to that studio place tomorrow. He's going to take some pictures of the Pantera stuff up for us.
Good. Well, that was the other guy I was saying, like, we have another friend that you're talking to me about Head.
Oh,
but these guys, you wait. They're going to be big. They're already big, but I'm not going to say too much because it's not my place to say.
But he said that much on the stream.
They're going to be a big thing. Silver Kyrie has a point. Ben can't have a channel. It'll break the illusion of him just being a koala.
Yeah, but perhaps he looks like a koala even as a human.
I just think he would have the best channel. Like his personality, his intellect,
maybe
his sarcasm, like how inappropriate he is. I just think he would insult all of his viewers. He'd be like, you guys are too stupid to know what's actually happening. I could use a channel where I use a koala as my avatar. Doesn't one of those guys?
The kangaroo.
The guy does a kangaroo.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just do that, Ben, and start a channel. But I'm serious. If you're gonna be too, you know what? It's only gonna benefit me because the minute they see us and me and Ben together, like that's gonna be like some really good chemistry as far as like political commentary goes. And I'm just gonna reap all the benefits of it. So go ahead, Ben. Like just keep doing it with me, and you can be the koala, and it'll be Vin and the koala, and we'd be good to go. That's fine.
What? Somebody asked the question. What it?
Please do Mastodon. I think we've done one Mastodon song, but I think Mastodon's actually coming up.
Oh, they want to know what we listen to when we're working out.
What was I listening to yesterday? That song that we did. We just did it.
I liked Lacuna Coil.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that band? I was listening to them when I was planking last night. Well, for the last couple nights, actually, it's been this band. Was it Thrice? Was it a Thrice song?
I don't know. I was listening to Lacuna Coil, and I didn't wait to do reactions for all of it. I just listened to whatever came out next. I like them.
I forgot what it was.
Please do more Slayer.
It was not Roland from Limp Bizkit.
Vin, when you hit the road, we can handle all your touring needs, sound, lighting, and rehearsal space.
Who said that?
Andrew Z.
Dude, I'm telling you. This band with Sarcast on the drums, and then you on the vocals, and then Jay's got a really cool presentation, the way he looks, and then you know, I'm telling you, it would have been something crazy. I love it. I love the song. I don't care. It's really good stuff.
All right.
Okay, fine. Use the stupid thing, the koala thing, Ben, since you're too insecure to get up there yourself. That's fine. But we need to do it. Because I really think
that's what you get for being so judgmental.
Who?
Ben. So it's like, Sori's so ugly, or the stuff that he says. I'm like,
yeah, right. That's him being a kindergartner and saying, "You're ugly," and hitting you or whatever. He really wants
dipping my braids in ink.
You should have a record out and call it Sarcastism. Bass or guitar? I'm not forcing you. I struggle through guitar.
Struggle.
So it took me.
You did awesome.
It took me an hour and a half to add a little layer on something that I myself
wrote. The song you came up with is amazing.
I'm not musically talented anyway, but I'd like to volunteer for the role of enthusiastic groupie. We would just take you everywhere, Ian.
Wait, what's this? They best chill before Vin kick their ass.
Are you familiar with Living Color? Yeah, we did a couple Living Color. You know what?
We're in Maine.
I bet you anything. Some of these bands that we're friends with behind the scenes, I bet you anything, if we came out with a 3-song EP and we said, "Hey, when you come to the East Coast or whatever, let us roll." I bet you anything they'd let us open for. I guarantee you.
You could be right.
The problem is our drummers in in Europe.
Look, your phone. This is gonna die. And
our drummer's in Europe, and I would not do the band without the drummer. I really wouldn't, because that's my guy.
Oh.
So he would have to.
Well, yeah, that would be.
Ben, I'm the hot. Sori's a 4 for real. I'm the hottest man on the internet. Oh, that's why. Like, you have to have the koala thing, so you won't distract all of our folks.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right.
Hey, whatever happened to the video you uploaded of the song you guys created? It's up there.
Which song? Was it the Breathe one?
I don't know. Breathe?
Was it the rap song? This is not a rap song. I originally said it was going to be a new metal song, and then Jay was like, "Bro, that's not a new metal song. Like, that's more like standard metal," which I thought was a compliment. And you know, I have some influences with black metal, but it didn't. Well, let's see. Vocally, Sori could turn it into a black metal song. We'll see. Yeah, it's still there, Jambi. It's called Breathe. Just go to Vin and Sori and then go to Breathe, and you'll find it.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. I didn't bring in as many people as you do. I stuck around 98. People are like, "What?"
It's usually 152.
We're not talking about anything of any substance.
Yeah, people are dying all over the place, and our government's into complete chaos. And
I told them I can't handle all the sad all the time.
they want Vincent. There's going to be a Cradle of Filth day, Ian, where main stage and underground are both going to be Cradle of Filth.
Joshua, enough.
That's coming pretty soon, inshallah.
Enough. I think I can get it done. Supper tonight is taco bean soup.
I'm here, and that's all that counts. Sorry, that was Musings, right? Musings was with us when we went and saw Cradle live.
I don't get this joke.
What do they call someone that hangs with musicians? Answer: a bassist. I'm sure that's funny. Oh, sure that hangs with musicians?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because the bassist always gets left out of the band. Like the last guy that we added to the group. The last guy we added to the group was a bassist.
That's terrible. I think you're right. Oh. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me.
It means the bassist doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's not a musician.
Aww.
We have, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send that guy. Like, can we get him some strings? He broke one of his strings.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
With 5.
No, I'm sure we can order some and have them sent to him.
Order the guy some strings. What the hell?
Yeah.
They're saying bassists don't do anything.
Yeah, we'll just tell him to send us the link.
Tejas, sounds like appropriation to me. I agree. Make a song with Immortal Technique. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I would love to make a song with Immortal Technique. I know it's going to happen. Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm like signing off.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. And stream. And then wait, because you're going to delete.